to doing HIIT Tabata. If you don't know what a Tabata is, it's essentially 20 seconds on an exercise, 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds of that same exercise, 10 seconds of rest, repeated for 8 sets. We're supposed to be doing those 20 seconds at a little higher intensity. Today is high intensity interval training. Tabata is those 8 set of intervals. But you can go at whatever intensity you need to. Maybe you're just getting back into it starting January and you're not quite ready to go at a high intensity. Just go at your own intensity for those 20 seconds. Maybe you need to sit in that extra interval out. Whatever you need to do. I'm going to be doing the exercises as well with you while explaining them. So we do have 5 exercises today, and we will be going through a warm-up. And as an optional today, I am going to show you some of the exercises that maybe you find them too easy. How can we make them harder? So we'll get started with our warm-up. We'll just start with some simple arm swings. Get the arms, the shoulders warmed up. So when I do these arm swings, I start with my palms out and up. And then as I cross my body, I turn them down. And I'm always alternating which arm is on top as I cross them over, just looking straight ahead. I'm going to breathe naturally through this. Nothing too intense yet. We're just trying to get some blood moving through those shoulders to the chest. If you're popping in, don't feel afraid to say hello. I have all the comments on my second monitor here. If you need some modifications, again, happy to take the time to do some modifications for you. So we're just going to do some side steps and leans. We're not really doing lunges. I'm not sinking down into that. I'm just stepping to the side, feeling the stretch in my trail leg, getting some blood flowing through the legs just with the step. Nothing too crazy. Hands are just at chest height. All right, and we're going to do some sort of forward folds with a lat stretch. I'm going to show you the side here. So what I'm doing is I'm hinging from the hip. I'm crawling my hands down my legs, looking forward as far as I can go. So if this is my range of motion where I feel I stretch my hamstring, now I'm going to come up. I'm going to pull back on my right fingers, just like so. Back on my right fingers, hands overhead. I'm going to push my hips to the right and lean to the left, and go the other way. You got to remember everything's opposite for me. I'm going to do that 2 times. Good. And hinging from the hips. I'm crawling my hands along front of my legs, keeping my spine nice and neutral. This time I'm pulling back on my left fingers, hips to the left, leaning the other way. And one more time. Excellent. Down we go again. And up. Back on those right fingers again. Leaning. Get those lats stretched out. And one more time here. And up. Excellent. Move through that. And then we're just going to do our step and twist. So I'm going to step forward with my left, lean to the left, twist. All that morning stiffness out. We're so rigid when we sleep. Not a lot of turning, which is a good thing. Keeps you sleeping. And this step is just to add a little bit of cardio into our workout because our heart is going to be pumping quite a bit. Excellent. So go ahead, grab some water if you need it. We are going to go right into exercise 1, which is our lateral walks. I'm just going to show you this one normally, and then as we progress, I'll show you some ways that maybe we can make it a little difficult, maybe we can make it a little easier, but we'll sort of just take it normally for the first one. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hinge from the hips, bend at the knees. The lower you are, the harder it is. Chest stays up, and then we're going to take 3 large steps to the right, 3 large steps to the left. That's me again remembering that everything's reversed for me. So without further ado, we'll get down, take our big steps, and I'm just going to shorten mine just so that I can stay on camera here and you guys can see my beautiful face this morning. Almost there. Ten seconds of rest. Look at this. I'll keep us on track here, and we're down again. Round 2, here we go. Time to go. You don't always need to take 3 large steps, right? It can always be what space you have. All right, I'm going to stop a little early so that I can grab my resistance band here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to step inside my loop, twist it over, and now I have a little bit of resistance within this set, and we're going again, so hopefully you've started with me. I really feel the burn there. This one's really hard. 3 to go. And time. All right. And we're going again. Round 4. Doing great. And maybe you found that hard like I did, and you're just picking up the resistance band every other set. Do what you need to do in order to get your workout in. All right, and lastly, I'm not going to grab the big old 45s there, is you can always do it with the weight, and we're going again. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. I'm going to go try the resistance band again. Here I go. We're starting. Not a lot of rest on these Tabatas. You always have to be ready. Ready to go. Ready to work. Nice big steps again. I'm hinged. I'm stepping. 2 and 1. All right, we're going again. Yeah, not a lot of time to rest here, but we're almost done our first exercise, our lateral walks. Halfway through round 7. All right, last round. Here we go. 5 to go. When I'm doing my exercises, we're going again. I'm always returning to, or when we're doing this exercise, I'm always returning to hip width of feet apart, and I'm taking large exaggerated steps out of that to keep tension on my resistance band. Again, this isn't necessary to do it all. You can do this exercise, and we're done that exercise. You can do that exercise without the resistance band as intended. I just wanted to show you, maybe at a little higher difficulty what that looks like. All right, so for exercise 2, we're doing cross body mountain climbers. So I have my mat here. I'm going to get down into my high plank position. And then we're going to left knee to right elbow, right knee to left elbow without losing that straightness in my spine. So I stay in that high plank the whole time. And we'll get going in 2 and 1. Cross, cross, 20 seconds. Again, you can pick up the intensity as you like, whatever you're most comfortable with. Maybe it's just a step like so. Whatever you need to do in order to keep that spine straight, in order to make this exercise where you're at. All right, there's round 1 done, 10 seconds. Give you guys a forward view here so you can sort of see what it looks like as I cross body. We're going again. Less than 10. And time. On that 10 seconds, I just like to get out of that high plank position. And then it's just enough time to go back into it. We're starting again. Not a lot of time to rest. That's where those high intensity intervals come into play. Spine nice and straight. Form over everything. Form over everything. We don't want to be going too fast, losing our form. We need to go on that rate speed. I'm going to show you modifications so we can also do these from an incline, right? If I've started to lose, but maybe I want a little bit more intensity, but I can't keep my form when I'm on the ground. So here I am on this incline. Two and 1. Like I said, this workout's your own. You can modify it how you need to. Whatever you need to do in order to get the best workout, that's for you, right? Everyone's different. Everyone's at different levels. We need to meet ourselves where we're at and maybe push ourselves just a little bit more each time. Round 6, we're doing great. We're almost there. I'm feeling it with you. I'm feeling it with you. Push, push, push. 20 seconds. Chest and shoulders may be sore here for holding yourself up. Core certainly sore for me. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Round 7. Whew. We're going again. I'm starting to lose my form there, so I just reset. Kick up my mat accidentally again. Just reset. Finish round strong. And time. Last round. 10 to go. 10 seconds, anyways, of rest. We wish it was more, but it's not. All right, and we cross. Last 20 here. I finished strong. I'm just picking up my step speed a little bit. They only know I only got 10 seconds to go. So I'm staying nice and straight. 2 and 1. Excellent. Woo. We'll just reset that down. Go to our third exercise. Single leg deadlift. I'm just going to see. Yeah, you guys can see me okay if I do it from here. And the other way as well. Perfect. So the important thing with this is that we're keeping that tall neutral spine. If you need something to help you balance, go ahead. It could always be, I'm going to grab a chair actually so I can be a little bit more focused. We can use the chair to help us balance. But you don't have to. It can always just be that hovering hand as we hinge forward, step back up. Biggest thing is we want to keep that tall neutral spine. We're going to do this one a little bit differently in that I'm going to do one set on my left, then switch to my right, so that we're not switching 10 seconds through, because it will just make the exercise kind of useless. And I keep that nice tall spine throughout as I hinge forward. So we'll go ahead and 3, 2, and 1. I'm starting on my left. Doesn't matter where you start. I'll tell you when we're switching. Nice tall spine. Just using the chair to assist me balancing. I'm not holding it the whole time. 10 to go. If you need to hold it the whole time, you know, that's okay. That's 20, so we're switching, and after our 10 seconds of rest here. Going again. Oh, we got to switch sides here. Halfway there. Chest is staying up. Motion's coming from my hips. It's time to rest. I'm pushing my hips back just like in a regular deadlift to perform the motion to change my body level. Going again. I should hit that twice. You might be asking yourself, how do we make this a little harder? Well, I'm going to grab a weight for the next round, and we can make it a little harder that way. We got 10 seconds rest here. And we're going again. So I'm holding this in the hand, opposite to the leg that's planted, to provide a little bit of extra challenge to myself and balance. And time. But you can do whatever needs to be done there. Going again. Again, I'm doing that with that. But I do know odds were on the left leg, evens were on the right. These ones I find aren't as tough as the crossbody mountain climbers. But tough doesn't always mean we don't always need to be doing tough exercises all the time. You know, tough is all relevant too. You guys might be finding this one extremely hard, but you might have found the crossbody mountain climbers kind of easy. And it's all relative to who we are. We each have different strengths and different weaknesses. Time there. The important thing is that we don't neglect our weaknesses. Going again. Oh, a little bit of balance there. Again, you don't need to be using weight for this, right? I showed that before. I just sort of picked it up and didn't let it go. But I find these exercises not too bad. And we're on our last round here. I think I just did my opposite leg, but I'll show it all the same this time. Definitely did my right leg last time. That's okay. It's early in the morning. We're all doing our best. We gotta forgive ourselves sometimes. We're not always gonna be perfect, but we can always do our best, right? And just like that, we're through our deadlifts. How's that, huh? All right. So that brings us right to exercise 4 already. Not too bad. So if you've seen me do The beginner class this week, which I might add that you can do at any level. I was sweating myself doing it. Beginner's just a relative term to the exercises. But you will certainly sweat doing an iPod. So same exercise, prone W raises. I'm just going to bring the old controller to the floor here. Arms out in the W. Might be better, you could just move back a little bit. Arms out in the W so you can sort of see position there. I'm never going to let my elbows touch the floor on this one. And I'm going to do the lifting from my elbows. So I'm always going to focus on lifting my elbows up and squeezing my shoulder blades together. And I just have my head up so that my voice isn't muffled, but it should really look like this. We're not extending from the back doing this. We're not doing this thing here. We're not using our glutes to lift this up. You know, I'm not lifting my legs up as I do this. All from the elbows as we go through this. And unfortunately, we're not on round 8, so we'll get that down to round 1. And we'll go on the 10 mark. 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds on. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Arms out in that W. Two, and 1. Excellent. 10 seconds rest. Get water during this time. You can always, again, miss around if you need to get water. We're going again. Time to go. Good. I might be asking yourself, I don't feel too comfortable getting on the ground. What's a modification? Well, there isn't too much for the W one, but what we can do is a band pull apart. So my hands are at shoulder height on an outstretched band, and I'm just squeezing my shoulder blades together. You can use varying levels of resistance bands for this. But that's a way that you can sort of modify it. I haven't been keeping track with the round, but I believe that was round 4, so we're going to go right to round 5. A little bit of extra break there as I transition, but we're going again in 3, 2, and 1. Almost there. Here you go. And time. Excellent. Remember to count that this time. And we're going again. 2, and 1. Again, the motion's coming from the elbows as I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. I'm not shrugging. I'm just squeezing my shoulder blades together. Arms out in that W. We got 5 to go. And time. 2 more rounds. Doing great. 2 more rounds, 2 more exercises. We're cruising. Something in my eye on the floor here. And we're going again. Squeeze the shoulder blades. I'm not shrugging. I'm keeping the shoulders back and down as I squeeze my shoulder blades together. 10 to go. Always remembering to breathe. And time. Excellent. Last 10 seconds of rest for round 4. Then we're moving right into our last set. Here we go. 20 seconds on. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Don't forget to breathe. Arms out in the W. Only lifting the elbows to squeeze the shoulder blades together. I'm not extending. 2, and 1. Excellent. Just like that, we're through We're through 4 exercises onto our last round. The last round is our forward jumps. I'm going to move this a little way here. So with the forward jumps, we're going to get into that squat position, right? So I hinge at the hip to bend my knees. I bring my arms back, and then I bring them forward, shifting my momentum forward, and then I jump, right? The big key is to land as soft as you can, right? We don't want to wake anyone up in the house. Soft landing means you're not transmitting a lot of force through your joints. And you don't need to go so shallow as I do, but when I land, I try to go into that squat, so I'm really reducing that impact. Maybe you're not so comfortable with jumping. What we can do is we can take a step forward, squat down, step forward with the opposite leg, squat down, all right? So we'll get going. Round 1 in 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds. Nice soft landings. Again, I'll try to stay on camera here. 10 to go. We got a little bit more space this way. I'll try to remember that for you guys. Excellent. 10 seconds rest. Make sure to count that. This one will sure get the heart going, and rest won't seem very long, unfortunately, because it's not 10 seconds, not too much to rest on. Just going to move this out for my safety. Always make sure you have a nice, clear workspace. 10 to go. Maybe you need a little bit of a break. Maybe we're doing the modification this round. All right? Again, modification doesn't mean easier. It just means that you can keep going, right? It means that you can participate the whole time, feel good the whole time, knowing that you're doing something the whole time, right? Because something's always better than nothing. So they say, keep that heart rate going. Just like that, we're on to round 4. Almost at a rest time again. And we're jumping. Less than 10 doing great. Awesome. So maybe you find that even the modification is a little difficult. Maybe we're just marching in place, getting those arms moving across, whatever you need to do, right? It's only 20 seconds maybe that you're doing this, but maybe it's enough that you can do the last 3 rounds at full intensity, right? Again, you could be jumping still if you'd like. I'm just showing, I think I hit that twice. Definitely did. Whatever you need to do to finish the workout. And we're jumping. Less than 10. Still breathing. I'm landing softly. I'm resting. Ooh. Almost there. 2 more rounds. Jumping again. Nice soft landings on the ball of your feet, sinking down into that squat. By sinking down into that squat, my legs are off, acting as shock absorbers. Almost there. All right, and last round. A little bit of rest. Catching my breath. We're going. Last 20 seconds, finish strong. Whether that's in the modification, whether that's in your jumping. Only 10 to go, only 10 to go. Push, 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 push. Maybe you're just doing little jumps here, little fast jumps. And time. Excellent work, everyone. So we're going to go into a little cool down. Just going to start with our shoulder across, and maybe we're walking around. So we're not going from, go to stop, right? We want to come down naturally. Catch your breath. It's a lot of cardio at the end. We're a little past 8, but still try to cool down if you can. Switch sides. Again, I'm just walking around, catching my breath, stretch out that shoulder. We used a lot of that during our Pro Ws, during our cross-body mountain climbers. And if you still have your mat out, I welcome you to use it. We are going to go to the floor. Sit down nice and slow. I'm going to take my left leg. Here you go, camera. I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to cross over my right. Onto my back. Head is on the ground. Left leg through, or left hand through the hole. Right hand on the outside of the right leg. Pulling the right knee towards my chest. We're going to stretch in the left side hip here. Or if you guys can see that angle, it'd be better on this side. Or other side, I should say. Okay, switch sides. Right hand through the hole, left hand on the outside of the left knee. Pulling the left leg towards my chest. Feeling the stretch in my right side here. A little easier to see that way. And we're going to go into our child's pose. Tabletop position, hands are under my shoulders, knees are under my hips. Pushing back, we're going to lean forward, crawl my hands forward. Head down between my arms. Just breathing naturally. I'm going to go into this cat to cow position. Again, tabletop. Arch my spine up, tuck my chin down, roll my arrow. And as I breathe in, I go into that cow position, neutral spine, chin neutral. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. And in. Perfect. And then from here, I'm going to take a step forward with my left leg. Half lunge position or half kneel position. Push my hips forward. So again, push my hips forward. Right knee's down, so my right hand comes up. Feel that stretch all through my hip flexors again. Important to stretch those out after, a long day of sitting. After, a series of jumps, we're using a lot of our hip flexors there. We'll switch sides. Right leg comes forward. Left knee down. I push the hips forward. Since my left leg's down, my left arm comes up. Just looking straight ahead, feeling that stretch all throughout the front there. This is a great stretch to do after your workday if you've been sitting down a lot, just because when we're sitting, our hip flexors are short and tight, just like that. And over time, that can cause some problems. I do want to thank everyone for joining me today. As usual, I went a little bit over. Still a little difficult getting the timing of these things when you're teaching the class, but we'll get there. We'll get there together. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. Again, you can always catch us on demand on YouTube, so make sure you spread that to your family, to your friends, to your coworkers. And as always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, please let us know. We're always happy to adjust. We're always happy to address those concerns. Always happy to answer those questions. But with that in mind, time being over, you guys have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next time. Bye now.